Hi, I'm Lisa K. Donner, along with Andrew Moran, Sarah Cowgill, Kelly Ballard, and Graham Noble. And this is the Conservative 5, Liberty Nation's online TV news program. Who are the women who support Trump, and why are they out of the House to begin with? Note sarcasm. Well, that seems to be what Democrats and progressives are in a dither about. MAGA girls. Several activist media outlets claim that women supporting Trump are mentally impaired, unstable, narcissistic. Oh, Sarah, do women who support Trump have Stockholm syndrome, or are they just really the ones that are drinking the Kool-Aid?
Yeah, none of those options are remotely selectable.
Okay, so tell us about this Salon article. You wrote about it.
Oh, goodness. Well, this, I kind of dove into a bunch of different mainstream and non-mainstream, very far left analysis over the last 7 years, maybe even 8. And it's all about how, women only hear this at the dinner table when their husbands come home at night. And so they don't even know there's another candidate possible. They can't be trusted. They're women who are told what to do. They don't think for themselves, or they're so narcissistic, they just think they're smarter than the liberal women. And
Stepford wives, right? Stepford wives.
Yeah. I mean, it's widespread. And as somebody who has never had anybody tell them how to vote, nor probably dared to think that's a good idea, it boggles my mind. I don't know any women that they vote because their husband or their brother or their kids tell them to vote that way. I don't know a one. I've lived a lot of places in this country. I don't know one. I know independent, strong women, and that's both sides of the aisle. So I don't understand it, but it is the drumbeat, and yet they want this giant 800-pound gorilla of white women voters to go, oh, call me more names and I'll vote your way. We don't care. Call us anything you want. We've been called all sorts of stuff. So for that to be the premise, to just browbeat us into submission is, well, now who is telling us how to vote and why? And it just blew me away to read that article.
Well, Hillary's her camp telling us we're not real women if we don't vote for Hillary. So,
right.
It's a bit like the Joe Biden thing, isn't it? That you ain't black. If you've got to decide between me and Trump, you ain't black. If you got to decide between me and Trump, you ain't a woman.
They really are hitting hard at women who are conservative. They have long hit hard against women that are conservative, and it's very uncomfortable. And they sort of pinpoint, they even go deeper. And it's not just women who vote conservative, but white women who vote conservative. And they start digging into that. And it's as if every white conservative woman who votes Republican doesn't have a mind.
Y'all know I go to my pub. I like my pub. Kelly has her own pub too. And I was in one night and I was wearing, my normal, I've been out with the horses cut off sweatshirt, and I got a flag on it and shorts. And I'm sitting there having my glass of wine. Shut up, Andrew. You're just weird. And this gal came in with dragging some guy along. I'd never seen them. They were from out of town, but they were visiting somebody in town. And she looked me dead in the eye and went, "Oh, you're a Republican." And I'm like, "I'm not. So why would you say that?" And she goes, "We got a flag on your sweatshirt." And I said, "So if I'm proud of my flag and maybe say the Pledge of Allegiance, then I have to be a brainwashed Trump supporter?" And she goes, "Yeah, that's what I thought."
Oh, geez.
I'm like, dude. I said, I don't.
And then you knocked her out.
I don't care what you're wearing. You look a little bit weird to me.
There was a Beth Dutton thing happening.
Dang city people, they look weird to me anyway.
The thing is the progressives refuse to define what a woman is. So I think they got a nerve, kind of insulting any women for voting in any way, because they don't even know what a woman is. So, what's it? It doesn't It's that.
Oh, they
it's that
do when it
endless
might help them.
contradictions that the progressive left has, where they will say one thing, but then the next day they'll make a comment that completely is kind of cancels out what they were saying the day before. You know,
Andrew, can you imagine?
They went so far as
telling
to-
Sarah, me, or Kelly how to vote?
Well, I'm sure if I were married to Sarah, it would be the other way around, and I would have to. I would have to do what she tells me and vote whoever she tells me to vote for. I think that's
Well, that is true.
And also, there was actually one of our readers, Steve McIntosh, on LibertyNation.com. He's actually told us that when women won the right to vote, there wasn't a caveat that said they had to vote Democrat. So that's and also one more thing too is that actually The View touched upon this topic the other day. I know Graham loves the show.
You're watching The View?
Well, Graham told me about this.
You
Graham
watch
told me
that
that
show.
he watched The View and that his favorite is Whoopi Goldberger. And the host, Sunny Hostin, she said that white women want to protect this patriarchy and do what their husbands tell them to in explaining those who support Donald Trump. And then 8 years ago, former Secretary of State Madeleine Albright, she said that women are going to hell if they don't vote for Hillary Clinton. So all these people are just absolutely insane that they depict who you are based on who you're voting for. And that's what politics has devolved into these days.
And yet they just want all of us silly little girls who need to go home and, who handed us the Constitution? Well, crap, we've been reading that for years. We know what we're doing. And that's, if you really love this country, you got to stay up on stuff.
They say that we listen to the menfolk and vote that way. But then the progressives say, well, if you don't vote this way, then you're going to hell. So no matter what we do, we're wrong.
I mean,
it's like exactly.
You're wrong.
For women.
You're wrong. You're wrong for voting the way someone else tells you to. However, we're going to tell you how to vote.
Yeah. And really, what conservative or Republican woman is going to believe that if they vote for who they want to believe in, they're going straight to hell? I mean, come on. This is not, you don't attract Christians that way, that's for sure, because they know better. And it's just, it's not just white women. We are, we all won the right to vote. It doesn't matter what color you are. And both parties have white women and Black women and Hispanic women. They have a multitude of colors and professions, and from your PhD all the way down to your burger flipper or stay-at-home parent. So I don't, you can't pigeonhole that one voter, but they sure do try.
But doesn't it come down to policy? I mean, it's really a matter of policy. Conservative women are fiscally more responsible. They're more concerned about what's going on with their kids in school, or I don't want to say more concerned. That's not nice. I'll just say they are concerned about different things than the progressives are, about what our kids are learning in school. When it comes to homeschool, women on the left kind of eschew homeschool. People on the right are, more open to it. I think it comes down to a matter of our intellectual thinking. We have a different set of views on policy. Isn't that right?
But Sarah told me that voters don't care about policy; they care about personality. Because I made that case a few shows ago, and she said, nobody cares about policy in today's political climate."
In today's climate, policy goes out the window. It's all about, right now, it's all about who called who what did DeSantis say about Trump? What did Trump say about DeSantis? And everybody is gobbling that up, but they're not talking policy. Well, Vivek is talking policy, and I kind of like his thoughts, but
it's all mudslinging.
It is, and it will be until it's over.
I've had my debates at my pub with other women who were saying, "How could you even talk good about Trump when he is so, bad towards women, demeaning towards women?" I said, it's not the man, it's the policies. It's what he's done for the country.
It's the fact that I could go back to eating real food instead of top ramen.
And, it doesn't matter to me, male, woman, or male, female, whatever, it doesn't matter. I go by what their policies are, what they're going to do for the country. And that doesn't mean I necessarily like the person. I like their policies.
Right.
Or I could love the person. I don't know. But
Well, just before we go, Graham, would you please give us some tidbits from The View? I'm sorry, I haven't watched that, and I want to know what you learn and what excitement happens on The View.
I've never watched that show in my life. All I know is I'm waiting for this segment to be over so that my wife brings me my martini and the paper.
Oh,
Oh boy.
And your slippers.
Oh, Karen.
it looks
We have
as
to
if
talk.
progressives may need a refresher course on women who like the idea of prosperous, safe, free speech, and all that in their country. Look out, folks, and thanks, panel. That's it for our Conservative 5 panel today. Check out our other C5 shows and segments on your favorite video platform. YouTube, Vimeo, Rumble, we're on them all. As well, Liberty Nation has its own Roku channel where you can see all of our TV productions. Thanks for tuning in. And remember, surf on over to libertynation.com. I'm Lisa K. Donner, Editor-in-Chief. Thanks for tuning in today. This has been a production of libertynation.com, where truth matters.